So with yesterday, today as I'm recording this, it's Monday evening. I just wanted to wait until the Tuesday, being a bank holiday Monday. Um, Football on today. I just thought, hey, let's wait, play both of the games, and then I'd sit down and do my weekly chairman's update. And through the rough and smooth, I want to keep doing these. I think it's an important thing, just partly to understand what's going on behind the scenes. So I'll talk a bit about that, but I'll start with first the football. Um, the football's not good enough, and I'm not panicking at this stage though. Speaking to the management team, even speaking to the players, they're well aware that expectations are higher, and they're committed to getting it right. So um, I just ask everyone to hold in there. It's not tough. I'm came home devastated on Saturday. Came home devastated again today, and that's one that there's real frustration. But you chat to the managers, and their frustration's just as much, if not even more, than ours as owners, as committee members. So I genuinely believe it will get turned around. A slightly different formation today, and I think we will just see improvement. It's a really, really young squad. They brought in one more experienced player today. And I think there'll be an element of balance, um, but it's one where we want to see that continue to move along. Um, so just trust, hang in there. Obviously, if you're an owner, by all means, if you're coming to the next owners meeting, which is a week Monday, the managers will be there. So if you've got questions on things, by all means, use that opportunity to ask them. Use that opportunity to ask us as committee members if you've ever got questions about what we're doing. We want that level of transparency and openness, and they're not going to sugarcoat it. They want to see a lot better, and they're committed to that, and that's really good to see. So if you're an owner, by all means, get onto Slack. I know Kev, who's half our manager duo, regularly in there, just kind of explaining, being quite open with where we are. Um, they're not saying, "Hey, don't worry, guys." They're saying we're not happy with this and we want to do better. So it's good. I appreciate that from them, and I'm sure we will see improvement, um, because they know it's a big challenge we came into. We were happy to go into the Olympian at two leagues lower than we are now. When we applied to join the Olympian, we applied for one league lower than we are now. But hey, we've got the league looked at us and said, actually, the facilities, everything's incredible here. Do you want to go up? And I genuinely do believe once it comes together, I don't. There's a 15 team league. I think that sort of 7 to 8, 10 range is realistic still for year one. Um, I believe we'll get there. We just need to strengthen. Players need to just merge and get their heads together. And I think it will turn and improve. We just need to see it sooner rather than later. Um, we're sort of a handful in games into the season now, and it's got to get better. So I'd just say let's keep going, grinding through these. We've got 3 games now left in this home stretch, and then we play the cup game at home, and then we've got away against the worst team in the league. Along with us, just that's based on where the league's at. They've conceded slightly more goals than us, so they sit bottom. As far as I'm aware, it might have changed today, but I don't believe they played. But that's the 2 worst teams in the league at the moment, and that's one where we go away to Tiptree. So that's the case. In terms of sort of sponsorship, just to touch on something there. So we've got both our home kit and our away kits now sponsored. So a shout out to both of our sponsors. So in terms of the home kit, they're signed in. Really, really appreciate them coming forward. It was one of our owners. Sorry, still got sort of a lump in the back of my throat from today. So that was one where they've sponsored, spoke to him, and really, really appreciate them coming in and sort of saying, hey, how can we help out? I want to do this. So that is Lifting Equipment Specialists Limited, based over in Rochester in Kent. And then in terms of the away team, we've got the Bramptonites, class of 85. So that's Steve Edwards, who's our football secretary, and several of his friends. If you were at the first away game we played at the season, Toza was over from Australia, one of the Bramptonites. Another one's just became an owner this weekend, from Bangor in Wales. I'm 99% sure it's Bangor. It's definitely Wales. So thank you so much to all of them, for getting involved, for supporting us. They were obviously regularly chatting with Steve and made aware of like what we were trying to build here, and that's been a really really positive part that continues to spur us on. Um, Good attendances from the two games at the weekend. So we had 100 for the game on Saturday. It was raining. It was grim. 100 people braved the weather to come to that game. And then today, Bank Holiday Monday, we had 237 people. I walked all the way around the pitch in the second half, about the 60th minute, and just counted every single person there. And I've said from the start, if we get a game with a shocking attendance, I'm just going to say this is how many people we had there. I have no interest in leading people astray and being like, oh, there was 200 there. I'll tell everyone it was 250. A wooden spoon's a spoon. We'd rather tell you what the number is and where we're at. But 237 people there today. That's a fantastic attendance, and thank you for everyone for that. And in terms of live, so because we put the games live and VO live, the level we're at, we're told the 3 o'clock TV ban kicks in or one league higher. So it's not something we can do forever. But where we're putting games live, 269 people watched the game on Saturday live, and then 333 people, as of what I've checked on VO Live now, watched the game that we played today. 333 people. That's incredible. So if you add the people that were there and watching it live, got to do some maths here, 570 people. That's an incredible attendance for a non-league club in the 11th tier of English football. So there's positives there that people are willing to back this project still really interested in what's going on. More owners continue to join. So we've had, I think, 3 owners over the bank holiday weekend. There, both of the clubs that have come to visit us, really, really complimentary. And as well as that, the officials, because some of them weren't sure. They were like, oh, this new team's joined. We're a bit out of the way of where the rest of the league is. And they've come and said, look, we're really impressed that you actually feed the officials, because some teams, they'll just feed the players and sort of sod the officials. And it's like, no, if we're providing food, we'll feed the officials. At the end of the day, they're doing a thankless task. They just stand there and get abused for 90 minutes by the players, the fans, and yeah, they get a little bit of money. It's nothing massive at this level, but no, they're really, really impressed with what we've built. And it's really nice when you hear people. So one of the Kings Park Rangers players, pulled Jason on our committee aside at the end of the game, and he said, "Look, I've been to plenty of clubs in my time. This is the best club I've been to." And we said that as a committee when we set out. It wasn't what is the lowest denominator. We always need to know the lowest denominator of what we can get away with, because there's some stuff where there's no worth investing and going extra for, say, a rope around a pitch. It's like if we only need to do something there, we can do that. We have got metal fencing around our pitch, but it's like knowing what's the stuff that doesn't really matter and what's the stuff that does matter. We could just provide some really light, boring food, but it's like we'd rather go and provide some food that actually tastes really good and the players enjoy. So it's one that we want to respect the people that are giving their time for our entertainment, and no doubt that will continue to balance. So chatting to someone today, they said, look at what Kings Park Rangers have done. Yeah, they're paying a little bit of money to a few players, but they said the first year they set up as a club, all of the focus was on the off field. They said, hey, well, the pitch, hopefully that will come together, but the focus was making sure the off-field environment was good, because word gets around where players are saying, hey, I actually had a great time going and playing at East Thurrock. Really good. They look after you. You get well respected. And we have to take out insurance for our players. So we had one of our players, a really promising young guy, Kyle Smith, broke his collarbone in, I believe, 2 places, looking at potentially having an operation on Saturday. And that's gutting. But we've applied to our insurance, we'll get a little bit of money for him. It's not game-changing amount, but it's one that we'd rather have a bit of insurance and try look after our players the best we can. We want to build an environment where, hey, they're going to be tracksuited out, that there's going to be stuff there for them to eat after the game. We'll cover the costs of the coach for away games for players, because we want people that want to come and play for us. And if they're going to come and give their time, train twice during the week, why not give them something back? So building a good environment, it just comes back to that old field of dreams quote. If you build it, they will come. And it's one where I think when we're attracting players for year two, we're going to be able to attract better players purely from the perspective of the words got out. Actually, people are saying this is a great place to go and play. So continue to keep the faith. Thank you for everyone for their support. It's now trusting our managers. They're going to put in the hours, and I have confidence they will put in the hours. They'll then bring new talent into the squad, continue to work with the players we've got, because there is still a lot of young talent in this squad that does get better. And there's moments out there with players where it's the odd lapse and you get punished for it. So keen to see what the next steps are, what comes out. But thank you everyone for their support. We'll continue to deliver the best experience we can. And we want people to come and enjoy. Probably during the month of September, we're going to launch a fan survey just to get your feedback. So probably have some information come out on that over the next month, maybe the next owners meeting. Please do come to the next owners meeting. We're announcing an expanding committee. So if you're able to give a little bit of time, it could be 1 hour a month, it could be 1 hour a week. If you can offer a bit of time, reach out to us and ask, because even stuff like, we'd love to have someone announcing the teams at the game, announcing the 50-50 winner. We've got a speaker and a microphone, but we just don't have the resource within the committee to do all of these things that we'd love to do. So if you're thinking, hey, I would love to give some time, don't worry if you don't know yet what you can offer us. Reach out and say, look, I can help out. I want to help out. What can I do? I'll happily have a phone call with you and chat about what's there and what we need. Because if we want to continue progressing, we need to add some more people to help out. We've got a really good central committee, but those people need people around them just to make sure the art of the possible. We want to keep getting it. So I said today in the program, I hope we can get 250 fans coming to a game. 237 today, which is a fantastic turnout. That will hopefully continue to go up. Hopefully his performances on the pitch get better. But thank you for sticking with us. Fingers crossed the first win is coming. It's been the hardest part. But I genuinely believe the management pair we've got, they will get the job done. So thank you to them. Looking forward to seeing them up here and continue to bring in and get better results. So hold the faith. Thank you again for your support. And as always, up the rocks.